Okay guys, showing you some things with artboards and how to create new artboards. This is the sample file. I recommend that you try it out, but I'm not going to force you to, but I think it'd be a good idea to do that. So this is the file, and this is the command right over here to make a new artboard. It's that guy right there. So I'm going to click on him, and I'm going to create a new artboard for the business card that we're going to make. It needs to be 3.5 by 2. So I can click and kind of generally estimate. You'll see the values kind of popping up there. I got 3.5, almost 2, but I can go up to this box right up here and put in my values exactly right there. 2 inches, hit enter, and there it is. Whoa, zoom out. So now I have my business card. I can also make a duplicate of that because we're going to do front and back of our business cards by holding down the option button. Notice how my icon for my cursor changed, and I'll click and drag over. Now I have a front and a back for my business card. So that should be pretty easy. Now we're going to also get, well, let's get this guy lined up underneath maybe the other one. And notice these little guides pop up. When that center point green line pops up, that means I know that I'm completely lined up with this guy right here. Alright, other things that we can do is maybe change the size of the sheet here. Maybe this sheet isn't exactly right. 8.5 by 11. Well, let's say we want the width to really be 9.5. We can make this a little bit wider by just going up to here. See where I am right there, 9.5. And then, yeah, there it is, 9.5. And hit enter, and it will increase the width of artboards. So you can do this for any artboard, but I'm going to leave this at 8.5 by 11. And I know the book says to change it, but I'm telling you to leave it the same right now. Alright, and the last thing it asks us to do is to create another one that's going to be for the envelope. And that one needs to be 9.5 by 4. So we want this one to be slightly larger than the 8.5 by 11. So we're going to go do 9.5 by 4. So again, I can go up to these values right here and type in 9.5, tab over, and make it 4. And now I have an envelope. So now I have all my artboards ready to go. They're lined up and everything's looking pretty good. Okay, next thing we want to do is make sure that our bleeds are set up. Bleed is just a fancy way of saying the stuff right along here where nothing is going to print. Printers typically only print in this middle area right here, and you want to have a little boundary set up where you know nothing is going to print. So we're going to set that up by going to the Document Setup button. So you can go over here and go to Document Setup, and we're going to set up our bleed. So let's get on the first artboard. Click it, see how it's got a little dashed line. Go to Document Setup, and we want to make sure that on the bleed here we have it set up. Of course, there goes the bell. Now you have to wait. We're going to make this 0.125 all the way across. If you have this lock button selected, that means it's going to automatically do all of them all the way across. Now I've got a bleed line set up. See it kind of out here in red? So that's kind of a way that we can make sure if we want artwork to flow past the print line, we have to drag it past this red. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is show you how to get some artwork put on there. Like I said, if you want to work with these items to practice, that's fine. Knock yourself out. I'm not going to make you though, but I'm going to keep. I'm going to keep some of these things here. And keep the guides. I'm going to unlock the address, and now I can move some of these things out of the way. Whoa, I need to escape to get out of that. There we go. So the foreground. Ah, there we go. Alright, I'm going to select all of that foreground. I didn't know that that was all up one piece. There we go. Move them out of the way. Grab this one, move them out of the way. And then this would be my address. Yeah, I'll keep the address where it is because I'm going to edit it later. Alright, I think I accidentally drew a new artboard here. Okay, see, so it says number 5 there. That little X right there, that tells me that if I click on it, it'll go away. So it's gone. Okay, hit escape to get back to this form, and I'm going to put our existing print shop logo on here. Yours will obviously look different. It'll be the one for Computer Art Studio. We'll go to File, Place, and I will place my AI file there. Let's see. I'm going to go to Common Media, Print Shop Logo, and you want it to be media. And it'll just plop it on there. Now, the very next thing you're going to do is embed it so it becomes part of this file. And now I can size it down, get it up here, and you should know how to transform by now. And don't be shy about zooming in. And there's the bell again. Yeah, okay. I think I can get rid of that background. If I delete it enough. Group. Got a lot going on there, don't I? I think I can kill the clipping path entirely. There, haha. Now I have everything set up that I want. I still have one more. Hey, alright, now it's gone. Okay, so I can take all those. They're all one single group. And now I can resize it a little bit easier and make it fit exactly. There we go. MRH Print Shop. And then you can know how to put these items on here. You'd be changing it by adding our address. So we'll kill this. This isn't editable anymore. I can tell it did a create outlines. That's something that you're going to do as well. So you're going to have an address. It's going to be right justified, and you'll put in Computer Art Studio. Maybe shrink it down so it fits. There we go. So that's our address, and that's the address you're going to use. Now typically it looks better if things are lined up along the bottom than along the top. So we're going to move this down a little bit to get it to, there we go. So it's lined up nicely. Next thing you're going to do is pick a cool font, especially if you have a font that you've already used in Print Shop, in your logo. Use the same font. So, for example, Museo Slab is the official MRH font, and it's the font that is in my logo over here. That's Museo Slab. So I'm going to use that exact same font and then get it lined up. I'm going to change my color, get my color the way I like it. So my swatches don't have the MRH colors. So I'll load those. This will be a nice little refresher for those of you who've forgotten. It's on the PubHub server in Common Media. It's an American Swatch Exchange file. Alright, so I am now going to load some swatches onto this file and go to Open Swatch Library. I've deleted that one. I don't think the colors were exactly right, so I'm going to go to Other Library and get to that Common Media, and now I have MRHSD Official that I just made, and you'll see them pop up right here. So if I click on this, I can choose my colors. Blue, well, not for the stroke, I want no stroke. I can make it green, ugh. Make it orange, well, we'll stick with blue. Yep. Alright, so that takes care of the letterhead. Obviously you can jazz it up with your Computer Art Studio logo, do whatever it is you need to do. To get things onto here, I want you to have some fun with it. Play around with it. We can get a box put on there that's blue. You could decide to make it a gradient. That would be kind of nice. You can use some of the official MRH colors and drag those up there. Have it go from white to blue to white to blue, like that. Kind of even these out some. I can go to my gradient tool, which is right here. Maybe make it go at an angle. That looks kind of cool. Kind of shiny. And then I can go to my logo, hold down Option, drag it over so I have a duplicate. Put that up here. Now, of course, what this does is it totally screws up any possibility of there being a organization on your layers. So you have to be careful of that. Make sure you know where you're putting things. That logo is still there. It's just underneath. So I'm going to take this box that I drew, Object, Arrange, I'm going to send it back, and there's my logo. Maybe I'll take this, hold down Option, maybe I'll make this centered. Change the color up so I can actually read it. That looks pretty cool. And then, so this will be probably for the back side. I can make this a little bit larger. 10 point, 14 point. Actually, I kind of like it aligned over to the side here. I think I'll stick with that. Kind of hard to read right here on this diagonal, so I can always put black stroke, make it very thin, just enough where I can read it. Or I can try different colors. Instead of white, maybe green, maybe orange, maybe not. Blue and maybe a white stroke. Nah, let's stick with the black stroke and white. Easiest to read. Put that in the corner here. Alright, so that kind of gives you an idea of what we're working on today. Again, if you want to do the practice file using these objects, that's fine. There are a lot of cool filters that they've applied on here before. We can do a pucker effect. You can do distort. There's a lot of different kinds of things that you can put on here to make things, change a little bit. You can do a squeeze. Oh, nope, not going to let you do it for that one. How about a fisheye? Nope, not going to let you do with that one either.